Now, this next vision, you had to see to believe. A great white shark, check it out, creeping up on a swimmer in open water, only to turn away at the last second.
It is terrifying. So, was the shark just not hungry, or are they just not into humans? Let's bring in shark photographer and owner of One Ocean Diving, Juan Oliphant in Hawaii, and wildlife scientist Dr. Vanessa Perrotta in studio. Thank you both for joining us. Firstly, I want to come to you, Juan, because the vision captured by Scott Fairchild is pretty incredible. I mean, I can't believe what it's showing us. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, in that video, you have the person swimming, he's splashing, and the shark is literally tracking his movements. The splashing is signaling, hurt, injured animal. And testimony to the shark that, like, last minute sees that it's not what it wants and moves away. And that's typical. Sharks usually are not interested in humans. And I mean, I've been diving with them over 20 years, purposely diving with them, and I'm still here. So, I mean, that's a testimony alone there as well.
I've been diving with you in Hawaii, and the tiger sharks over there, they come incredibly close. But you seem to know their movements really well. In fact, you said to me, we're going to make our way to the vessel, and by the time the sharks are like 50 metres deep, by the time we get halfway to the vessel, you said the shark will be on your tail, but you turn around and they'll turn away. That's exactly what happened. I guess the issue is that a lot of people don't know how to behave around sharks.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, there's just a lack of information. And, being aware in the water, having, even just eye contact is so huge. Just because if you're an equal predator, you're kind of able to, like, be adapting in their environment as well, right? But a lot of times people are just not aware, splashing, acting like a hurt, injured animal. And in those case scenarios, you're going to attract that animal to do what it's naturally kind of made to do, which is go after the sick, hurt, injured, weaker, animals, keeping the ocean healthy and alive. And so in these kind of sequences here, I mean, the testimony of the animal is that it doesn't make mistakes very often. And this is what's happening probably on a daily basis, 100 times over every day. But, this is, nature at its best right here.
Yeah.
Well, that's very good to keep in mind, I guess, as summer approaches and more people hit the ocean. Doc, let's bring you in now, because we've also seen some footage of a great white carcass washing up, taken by a pod of killer whales. I mean, it's pretty confronting stuff when you look at it. This is the shark here in question. What do you think's happened here?
How incredible. This is so juicy to see. So essentially, whilst we're not 100% sure as to what has happened here, it most likely is killer whales. Right. And did you know that we have white sharks, they're all great white sharks, and the animal that potentially could have done this is actually a dolphin. So this is completely flipping our whole idea of, well, Jaws and that these animals are out to get them. We have killer whales that are very strategic, very clever, and researchers from Flinders University has identified at least 9 interactions with killer whales and great white sharks in Australian and New Zealand waters.
They're incredible, those killer whales, the way they hunt.
Did you know what they're after? They're very particular. So in this case, they're really interested in shark liver. It seems to be the juiciest part. And for killer whales, I'm mindful of the time slot. I know there's boys and girls probably eating their breakfast right now, but for whales, humpback whales, killer whales love their tongue. It just is the juiciest part, and there is actually science going on right now to understand why they're such picky eaters.
So it's like shark foie gras.
Could be. It could be.
Just get into
Literally,
it.
yeah.
But they're that specific, and that, I mean, they're just machines, aren't they?
There is some great aerial observations from South Africa, which is showing 2 very famous killer whales, known as port and starboard, that go up to a white shark and take what they need to take and then leave the rest there.
Oh,
Incredible.
My goodness, for others to feed on.
Yes.
All right, we'll just finish with one. I am legitimately afraid to go back in the water. You would get that all the time, wouldn't you, Juan?
Yeah, I mean, really, you got nothing to worry about. These animals have, been here for 400 million years. Humans are just a speck in evolutionary perspective, right? We've only been around for about 100,000 to 200,000 years, and they're made to eat everything in the ocean except for us. When they do go after a human, it's a mistaken identity. So it's just all about adapting to the environment, being aware when you go in the water, looking around. I always say wear a mask and fins anytime you're going diving in the ocean. You can see more, you can interact, you can be more aquatic, but that level of awareness that you bring when you go in the water, it helps you to be less mistaken as a hurt, injured animal. And it's just all about having the right information when you go in the water. We can't sanitize the ocean. We need it alive. We need these sharks to be doing what they do, right? They're keystone species and they keep the ocean alive. And so we
Great.
got to learn to work with them and coexist.
Awesome, awesome message from both of you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. The good news is for me that no shark's going to be interested in my liver.
No killer whale either. Thanks, guys, for coming. Really
Good
appreciate it.
chat.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?